Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Harakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and Shalom to all the brothers in the work, in truth, Shalom squad to the four corners. Find this article and it's apt because, in the modern times and now, this whole concept of self-love, basically deifying, worshipping yourself has been blowing up, and obviously you can see it's all women that are doing this thing and we going into in this, which is some self-marriage shit, man, which is just it's pure confusion, man, because as far as it's really what you're married onto, the state you're married onto, this system, this rulership, man, because that's essentially what has been given as the substitute. You have the family unit, you have the nuclear family, as they call it, the husband, the wife, and then the kids, and then a husband provide and basically be the root, be the foundation of the household, and then the mother's meant to aid in the maintenance of the household. But they took that fruit, crumpled it into a ball and threw it in a bin. So now you have these new systems, and it's been a process, and now it's at the point where women out here, this bitch looks geriatric, man. Bitch is looking like she's 70 years old. Well, unless her husband died, I don't know. But okay, let me read this on CNN. It says these women wanted a symbolic expression of self-love, so they married themselves. It says Britney Wrist walked down the aisle in a dress and white veil to the song "Girl." I'm like, bro, the cost of these wedding dresses as well. Like you're putting a criminal amount of money towards this shit. To the song "Girl." Girl, perfectly her, broken and hurt, crooned artist SMYL in a falsetto. Shake off the night and don't hide your face. It was Wrist's wedding, but there was no beaming partner waiting at the altar. Wearing a rose-colored dress, the 24-year-old read her vows alone in front of a mirror in her backyard. She accepted her own proposal and given herself a ring. Instead of a spouse, a red velvet cake awaited her next to a bottle of champagne. This just sounds like a fucking, someone who's depressed. It's got nothing like, what the fuck? You got nothing going, like you're at home. You're gonna look into a mirror and then put a ring on yourself and say "I do," and then go and back down a bottle of champagne and eat some cake. Honey, you sound depressed, man. And the why is not going to be a mystery. This is what Riss said, "I do to herself and committed to loving herself better or worse. I vowed to..." Okay, blah, 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 blah. So, it says months before the event, which she called a soul commitment ceremony, she had separated from her son's father after 9 years together. She started working on healing her inner self, and signed up, taken a vow of celibacy and signed up for therapy. Now you've got a kid, so that's like, the womb's opened up. Like I don't know what you're trying to achieve, but okay, blah blah blah. She talks. Wait, is this at the end of that? She punctuated, blah 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 blah. Okay. I thought, why not just buy myself a ring? But I'm considering it. Because it says afterwards She got married. Maybe it is after this. Okay. So it says the practice is called sologamy. Its adherence may be onto something as experts say. No, they're not. They're bugged out, man. If you're gonna be actually, walking around and telling yourself you're marrying yourself, you're unhinged, you're disconnected from reality, and you like what the fuck are you doing? So it says the concept of self-marriage or sologamy has been around for years. In a Sex and the City episode that aired in August 2003, Carrie Bradshaw seeks revenge on a frenemy by telling her that she's marrying herself and is registered at luxury shoe store Manolo Blahnik. No data exists on how many people said, man, no one gives a shit. Okay. She wrote her vows. Bitch, what the... Bro, you sound depressed or some shit, man. Okay. It says critics have slammed the practice as narcissistic. Sologamy is not legally binding in the US and is not recognized by the laws of any country. But an expert says people who commit to loving themselves after working on inner healing are onto something. Yeah, whatever. Where is... Because off... Sign of frozen... Blah, 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 blah. I know. Yeah, I think she got married again. She said she was putting a ring. Where the fuck did that go? She married herself at 77 decades. Okay, so she divorced. I wanted to know if she was her husband died, but now she divorced. This shit's bugged out, man. What the this? She says I felt beautiful, like I'd won a lottery or something. I felt like a queen. She says I felt important to myself, like I was like, bitch. You're obviously irrelevant. You're just doing it to cheer yourself up, man. But it don't mean shit. And ended in divorce 9 years later. Okay, so she does have a daughter. Yeah. You need to deal with your family, man. Get your daughter to give you some grandkids. See if she got some grandkids, man. Made an actual fucking wedding, like. You guys are fucking unhinged, man. She plans to renew her vows. Like, come on, man. Some Drake women. Since her husband died of cancer. Okay. You can remarry if he's passed, but it's like, come on, man. But this shit is some whacked out nonsense. But it's the fact that someone's gonna sit there and think, oh, I'm gonna marry myself for a whole ceremony. You've obliterated the entire point of a marriage, man. It's meant to be the joining of two people, man. The joining of two houses. So what? Like you can't even perform the act of marriage. You can't consummate. Like it's just complete self worship, and that's what has really like that's something that has become a norm. You have a lot of these what they call them affirmations on like social media and whatnot, where someone will be like, oh, I'm manifesting all these different things, whereas basically, you're trying to, give yourself the mindset of getting some super life or something. But what's the reality, man? The reality is you're bugged out, man. Like the reality is not gonna bend to you. Just want to feel better about yourself. But that's and the thing is that's just one method, man. That home marrying yourself is some whacked out shit. But in the current times now, everyone's trying to social media is really the big the big area where everyone's trying to live large, man. Appear like they're on some super level. What does it say? 2 Timothy 3:1. It says, "This know also, that in the last days perilous days shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers." Yeah, these are all the traits that are basically increasing on a grand scale, man, on a global scale. These are things that are being normalized. Because why? Because now we're in a time where Esau has a rule. Esau's had the run of the kingdom, and these are the things that it comes from the elites, man, on down. These elites basically have the culture of where what? Status, money, fame, these things is meant to have people in admiration of you. So then that's what, people dare fight. That's what they're all into, and then all feeds into themselves, man. They get some super inflated sense of self-worth. They think they're on some legendary level. But what they need to do is it's a thing where it's, the shit will run. You might even think there's some sense or some wisdom in it, but in reality it's just gonna be you're bugged out, man. You just self it's all self-worship, which ain't gonna avail you anything. Because as far you're just nobody out here. Because there's what disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High. And that one really gets to him, because it's what you're basically doing. It's doing a ceremony just to make yourself feel better. That's bugged out, and that's what a lot of people be doing, man. They'll be posting on social media. They might be getting 2 likes on some posts, and then they'll be posting on Insta. They'll be posting on whatever platform it is, just trying to get some shine. Because why? They're thinking they want to get on that ultimate level, man. Funny as hell. Let me read this one first. Matthew 24. This is what in 12. "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." And yeah, iniquity abounding, man. Wickedness having a run as it is. Because why? That's what Esau's all about. That's the bedrock of his system. Wickedness. But because of that, what? The love of many shall wax cold. That that love, people ain't feeling it no more. Funny as hell still. Cause yeah, not funny as hell. Cause it's you know people can see see someone get smacked up on the street or something, and they'll just feel like, nah, I'm just on my way. See someone getting bullied, get about to get assaulted on the train, and then do nothing. Like, it's funny, like how the modern times kind of are, but spirit of the times, man. It's the vibration that's been pushed out. Whilst Esau's been in power, these are the traits, the things that he's basically had pushed out onto the people, and then lo and behold, funny still, traits that are pushed out onto the people, lo and behold, what's that resulting? uh John 15 and 12. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. And yeah, that's talking about that self-love. But then it's that they ain't doing nothing for you. It's really the kind of character men in the word are meant to be building as well. Following in Yahweh's stead. Yahweh what? He laid down his life for his friends. And basically like, yo, he's gonna have to go through a traumatic and destructive experience. Basically what? To then bring about salvation, man. For the elect, man. To basically bring the manner in which they can be saved. Which then, that's uh, that's what you call it. Being selfless, man. But that's not the focus of these current times. If you're behaving in that manner, people take you for a ride, man. People take advantage. Okay. What was it? Read this Matthew 5:43. It says, "Ye have heard that have been said, Thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, and do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you." Yes, it's about that, unity within Yahushua. But then as well, it's like the mindset you're meant to have is, you're not meant to hold yourself in such esteem. You're not meant to have that pride and whatnot. It's a thing where it's like, yo, you think, what Yahushua came on the scene to do, basically what we're gonna have to be abiding through soon. And then what? Really that bond of brotherhood, that's a key part of what can keep you striving, man, keep you going. So that's where your mind will be geared towards the maintenance of that. And then that's gonna feed into how you interact with brothers. But then the world is completely opposite of that, man. It's basically about feeding into, can satisfy you, it can satisfy yourself. Achieving, things on a worldly scale to then, you know, satisfy yourself so you can, put a wedding dress on, look in the mirror, and then say I do to yourself like a fucking a batshit crazy lunatic, man. But yeah, it really shows current times. It's a complete inverse of, the example that was set by Yahweh Shai, man. That we're following him, man, Lord willing, to the best of our ability. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Shalom. Shalom.